Well, we start the programme with breaking news. The latest inflation figures are just being published. I'm joined by our economics editor, Ed Conway. Have they come through?
They've come through. And it's interesting news, below expectations, actually. You know, we've had all of these times when inflation, obviously that's the rate at which prices are rising. We're all feeling it with the cost of living crisis. It's come in slightly higher than expected. Well, last time it was 6.8% in July, OK? So what you're talking about there is just the rate at which prices rise over the course of a year. This time, 6.7%.
Wow.
And here's why that's actually quite significant, even more so than the numbers look. So obviously that's coming down compared with the previous month. But the expectation was that it was going to rise because of higher petrol prices. We all know, you know, oil prices have been going up. You've probably noticed petrol prices going up as well, fuel prices as well. So a lot of economists thought it was going to go up to 7%. Some thought kind of 7.1 or so. So that is quite a significant undershoot, as they would call it. And a lot of people now, will kind of monitor what happens to markets. But a lot of people will be looking at that and saying, oh, does that mean the Bank of England maybe, rather than raising interest rates, which pretty much everyone is expecting it to do at its meeting tomorrow, 80% or so is the kind of percentage chance, might they pause? No one quite knows, and we'll just have to wait and see what they do. But this, looking at these numbers, and like I say, literally just in, so it'll take us a while to kind of pick through some of the precise detail. But this is what economists would call dovish. Just means that they are less likely, all things else considered, to try and raise interest rates to bring inflation down. And obviously, reassuring news. The other thing worth noting, core CPI. So when you strip out all of the kind of volatile stuff like fuel, like food prices, stuff that does kind of yo-yo quite a lot. Core inflation up by 6.2%. That, again, is down quite a lot. It was 6.9% the previous time. So, bearing all of this in mind, I'm a little bit startled in a positive way, because so many times, I've been sat here and we've been talking about inflation numbers. People have been expecting like 8%, it's coming 8.5%. People were expecting 7%, it's coming 7.5%. This is one of the biggest undershoots versus expectations that I can remember in the last while. So maybe there's a glimmer of hope there for the Bank of England, who have been obviously trying to get inflation down. We've all been experiencing the cost of living crisis for years now, also higher interest rates. So, this is just 1 month's data. There may well be volatilities here, but definitely this is quite hopeful.
And good news for Rishi Sunak. He's pledged to cut these figures.
Absolutely,
they are definitely going in the right direction. Probably not as fast as he would like, but in the right direction.
But to be honest with you, if they carry on like that, then it looks pretty likely that he'll meet his. They've got that kind of self-imposed target to try to halve inflation by the end of the year. In practice, that means kind of about 5 and a bit %. You're getting kind of closer to it here. And actually, the Bank of England was expecting kind of 7-ish% in this particular month, so for August. The fact that it's down at 6.7%, that means... And the Bank of England, the key thing here is the Bank of England was already thinking Rishi Sunak was going to meet that, again, self-imposed arbitrary target of trying to halve inflation. So he will be reassured by this. Obviously, still, the pressure of higher prices is still being felt across the economy, and it's not like prices are going down. It's the rate of inflation is still rising, which means that things are getting more expensive. They're just not getting more expensive at as fast a rate as they were before. So life is getting tighter. But this, like I say, doesn't happen every time. Most times the news has been kind of worse than expected, higher than expected. This time it is lower than expected. But we'll bring you more detail on different constituent parts.